Well, Magic Christmas Elf, we've had a lot of great music, and now our guest is Jackie Levine from Shultz's Guest House. Nice to meet you.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
So can you tell us a little bit about Shultz's Guest House?
Yeah, Shultz's Guest House is a dog shelter. We get our dogs from Tennessee, and we're located in Dedham.
How long have you been in operation?
We've existed for 6 years.
Oh, 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the dogs from Tennessee. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so in Tennessee and in the South, there are a lot of dogs in shelters. And because they're so overpopulated, we pick out dogs from Tennessee. We drive our own van there, and we get them, and then we drive them to our shelter in Dedham.
How long a trip is that?
Well, it's about 14 hours, but we meet in Maryland, and then we have the rescuers that we work with. They drive up, and we meet at 3 a.m. in a Toys R Us parking lot, and we exchange the dogs, and then we drive back home. So we drive for about 8 hours.
How do you find homes for the dogs you rescue?
We put all of our dogs on Pet Finder and online on our website, and that brings in a lot of interest. And then people fill out an application, then they come in and they meet the dogs.
And when you say that Tennessee and the South specifically are overpopulated with dogs, how does that happen? They don't...
Yeah, a lot of places in the South just don't spay and neuter, or dogs are treated more like property than they are family. So there are a lot of outdoor dogs or a lot of stray dogs that don't have homes. So they somehow get into shelters, whether they're surrendered there by their families or they're found on the side of the road and brought in. And often dogs don't survive in shelters that are so overpopulated because if they run out of room, they sometimes have to put dogs to sleep. So we take those dogs and we drive them to Massachusetts and find homes for them here.
And specifically, how do the shelters find you? Are you already on the list and people contact you when they're desperate, or is it an ongoing thing where you hear from them every few months, or how does that work?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we work with 2 women in Tennessee, and they go to all the high-kill shelters in the area, and they pull dogs that need to get out of the shelter who have been there for a long time. You know, we've had pregnant dogs that need to get out of the shelter to have their puppies. And so then we work specifically with them. And every 2 weeks, we do a transport. We meet them and get dogs.
Every 2 weeks?
Yeah. Every 2 weeks, we get about 25 dogs to our shelter. And so the ones that are already there have been adopted. We have an open kennel, and we drive and we pick up about 25 dogs.
So when you're transporting dogs over that great distance in all seasons, I can imagine it's kind of stressful on a dog. So what's the transport like? How do you keep them stress-free? You said you have a van, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really stressful for them in the shelters anyway, and a lot of transitions can sort of throw them off. But we do it at 3 a.m. so that it's dark and quiet, so the dogs usually sleep throughout the whole transport. So then we try to do quiet music and we drive quietly. And then when we get them to the shelter, it's located on 200 acres of land, so it's a really nice place for them to sort of decompress. They have outdoor and indoor access. They have their own bed. They have time outside by themselves or with their litter mates or friends. So it's sort of a nice place for them to temporarily decompress until they find their homes. But it's a lot of transitions, and it is a stressful process for them.
So what kinds of dogs do you rescue?
We rescue any dog that needs a home. So through our doors, we've had, puppies. We've had all different types of breeds. We've had adult dogs. Like I said, we had some pregnant dogs. So when our rescuers go into the shelters in Tennessee, they pick any dog that really looks like they need to get out. So while they all need to find new homes and get out of the shelter, they pick the ones that are really stressed out there, have been there for a really long time. They take big litters of puppies that all need to go together. So we don't discriminate against who needs to get out of there. And then as soon as they rescue those dogs and bring them to us and we do the transport, they turn right back around and get more dogs. So they're constantly at the shelters pulling dogs because there are so many.
Wow. So how many dogs can you accommodate at Shultz's Guest House at one time?
We have 12 kennels. We can accommodate up to 30 dogs because if we rescue puppies or siblings or friends, they can be together in a room, which is also nice for them because then they're not alone.
Have you ever had 30 at once?
Oh yeah, we have a full house often. We average about 25 to 28 dogs at a time.
And they leave in a hurry then if you're down there every 2 weeks, so you've got the word out there pretty good.
Yeah, we're really lucky. People here sort of are more willing or more able or more educated about adopting and, really seek that out. So as soon as our dogs go up on our website and on Pet Finder, the applications just start flowing in.
And I have a question that do you take requests? I mean, do people call you up and say, oh, I'm looking for a specific type dog, or do you discourage that kind of thing? I'm just wondering if people do that or not.
Yeah, people do. But because we are so busy with, taking care of the dogs, it just takes a long time to respond to all of those emails. So we sort of just direct people to our website. And then right there you can see the bio of a dog, the picture, it includes their age and their breed and any information that we have about them. So people can get all their information on the website.
Great.
So how can people contact you and how can we help?
We love help from the community and we love people knowing about Shultz's Guest House. So the best way to find us is our website, which is sghrescue.org. And we're on Facebook at Shultz's Guest House.
All right. Jackie Levine, Shultz's Guest House, thank you for coming in. It was nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. By the way, would you like one of my homemade...
No,
Oh,
I'm sure she's fine.
geez, great. Thanks, Magic Christmas Elf. Now I won't be able to offer any of those cookies to anyone.
What a pity.
I apologize for that outburst yet again.
It's all right. I already ate.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay. Thank you very much. More music, Magic Christmas Elf? All right.